Evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
People think that they're on the outs because they're not always in the same room together, Maureen. That's what she would like people to believe. Like she had what, 1 or 2 public appearances without him, and that's what led to the divorce speculation. That's not quite it, my dear. It's what are the things? Oh, your words. It's your words that led us to believe you can't stand him.
All right, picture this. Barack Obama, yeah, Mr. Cool Kid of politics, sipping lattes, dropping smooth one-liners, thinking he's like untouchable. But then, out of nowhere, Megyn Kelly and Tulsi Gabbard show up like 2 Avengers who clearly never got the memo about respecting legacies. And what happens next? Man, it's not just a takedown. It's a demolition so brutal even Obama's teleprompter would have, called in sick. Stick around, because this showdown, yeah, it makes political roast battles look like kindergarten story time.
The truth is, if you add it all up, even the year, if the odds were you're going to be married to your partner for 50 years, and 10 of those years could be bad,
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for
it.
Right.
And that's really how it works out.
Is it, Michelle? It's not. I've been married for 17 and a half years, and not one was bad. I think she and he married the wrong people.
See, Obama's always kind of floated through politics with that untouchable glow, like a Marvel superhero, right? He was the prophet in chief, the guy who could make hope and change sound like the hook of a mixtape. The media adored him so much, like seriously, if he sneezed, they'd probably call it a poetic gesture of leadership. He wasn't just a president, he was a subscription service. You didn't vote for Obama, you subscribed.
Lo and behold, what happened next was we're going to do a new assessment and we're going to see what Russian interference was. Immediately, the media started reporting, it was huge. They interfered in everything. They tried to help Trump. So the answer to the homework was delivered to the media before the homework had been done. And then when the homework was officially delivered in January of 17 to Obama, shock of all shocks, it said what Obama wanted it to say, which was Russia, Russia, Russia. They wanted to help Trump. And off we were on the collusion allegations that would dominate the Trump first term. So now you have spoken to a whistleblower still inside the CIA who worked on that 17 ICA, and this person is telling us what?
But here's the thing. Every shiny statue eventually meets a hammer. And in this case, yeah, 2 hammers. Kelly and Gabbard. If Obama's image was the Mona Lisa of politics, these 2 basically showed up at the Louvre with spray paint, ladders, and, zero patience. Suddenly, the golden boy of politics looked way less golden. More like a guy who got away with some very expensive PR stunts.
Implications of this are far-reaching and have to do with the integrity of our democratic republic. It has to do with an outgoing president taking action to manufacture intelligence to undermine and usurp the will of the American people in that election and launch what would be a years-long coup against the incoming president of the United States.
Megyn Kelly, she's the first to sharpen the knife. She's not exactly known for playing nice. Unless nice means smiling while, dismantling someone's credibility live on air. She's the scalpel, sharp, precise, and guaranteed to make even the most confident politicians sweat through their tailored suit.
Just listen to the pod. They got to watch it because, first of all, we're taking this thing apart tomorrow on the Mini Nerve.
Good.
He's got more chemistry with and affection for Brother Craig than his own wife, if you look at the way they greet each other. And then my favorite thing is the staging now, because we all know that politics is about optics and stagecraft. Michelle's at this end of the table. Obama's all the way over here at this end. And Brother Craig is between them like a mediator, like a marriage counselor.
So
if they're really still in love and together and not getting a divorce, why aren't?
And she's dangerous because, well, she's got receipts. While the media was basically writing love letters disguised as op-eds, Megyn was that teacher slapping a big, fat red F on lazy homework. Then enters Tulsi. And if Megyn's the scalpel, Tulsi's the hammer. No fluff, no fear. She's lived through the consequences of those hope and change foreign policies. And when she talks, she's not theorizing. She's pointing to scars, saying, yeah, I saw this mess firsthand. That's why her shots hit harder. It's not punditry, it's reality.
More fuel on the fire that there's a potential, maybe a divorce or some sort of rockiness going on in the Obamas relationship. They both posted these mirrored, very choreographed Valentine's Day messages on X, but he was just seen at an LA, the basketball team, the Clippers, thank you, game without her. And then on Tuesday, he was spotted eating out at a fancy dinner in Sherman Oaks with his both daughters, Malia and Sasha, but again, no Michelle, according to TMZ.
And that's where Obama's cracks start showing. For years, he was treated like the guy who ended wars, healed racial divides, floated above Washington corruption. But scratch past the glossy speeches, and what do you actually get? A record that looks like every other president who promised the moon and, delivered parking tickets. Take foreign policy. Obama campaigned like he was going to tuck the war machine into bed, sing it a lullaby. Instead, he swapped the batteries and upgraded the software. Drone strikes went through the roof. Civilians basically became background noise. And interventions? Oh, those were sold with TED Talk flair. Heck, the guy got a Nobel Peace Prize before he even did anything. Imagine winning an Oscar for a movie you haven't even filmed, only to spend the next 8 years, burning down half the set. On the home front, his election was supposed to be this, like, dawn of a new era, proof America had moved beyond racial divides.
The distraction. What is your response to the former president?
They're doing the exact same thing that people like Senator Warner are doing. He was the head of the Intelligence Committee at the time. They would have to admit and actually address the details of their complicity in this, or their absolute failure in conducting the most basic responsibilities of, again, asking, where is this intelligence coming from? What are the sources? What proof do you have of these of this high confidence assessment? Remember, John Brennan and James Clapper at the time assessed, and James Comey, with high confidence that Russia aspired to help Donald Trump win the election in 2016.
But reality? Police shootings, riots, cultural clashes. If anything, tensions deepened. It was like slapping a fresh coat of paint on a crumbling wall and then acting surprised when it collapsed anyway. And Megyn? She's brutal here. She doesn't just point out the collapse. She torches the media for cheering the paint job. Obama got flattering covers, softball questions, reporters acting like unpaid interns at his personal fan club. She's like, if any other president had expanded surveillance or ordered drone strikes wiping out villages, the media would have lost its mind. With Obama, they just called it Tuesday. And Tulsi? Oh, she goes straight for the policies. Libya? Shattered. Regime change? Chaos dressed up as democracy. She doesn't sugarcoat anything because she lived through the fallout. And when it comes from her, yeah, it stings way more than from a talking head.
Obama's still at it. And in this particular soundbite, she's got thoughts on relationships. Listen here.
Relationships are long, and there are also ebbs and flows, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think sometimes people who date don't realize that, you know, in long-term relationships, you're gonna have deep dips, and you're gonna have
a bad year.
You're gonna have. I tell people, and folks think that this is harsh. It's like you're gonna have a bad decade.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I've been married to my husband for 30 plus years. I mean, the truth is, if you add it all up, even the year having, if the odds were you're going to be married to your partner for 50 years, and 10 of those years could be bad, you know.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You'd sign up for it.
You know, and that's really how it works out.
That's why this tag team works. Kelly exposes the media bubble. Tulsi smashes the policies. One strips the wallpaper. The other knocks down the foundation. Together, total demolition crew. Look, Obama's speeches? Legendary. The guy could literally read a grocery list and make it sound like scripture. But speeches don't stop bombs. They don't fix broken systems. By the time Kelly and Tulsi are done, Obama's aura of untouchability looks less like marble and more like a cardboard cutout left out in the rain. And the fans? Oh, the fans lose it. Social media goes nuts. Hashtags, angry essays, like someone just punted their favorite puppy. But honestly, that only proves Kelly and Tulsi's point. Obama's become a sacred cow nobody's allowed to question.
There was no credible intelligence that actually reported that. So President Obama's very carefully worded response that came from his office, again, deflects away from addressing any of the truth that was revealed. Right. Senator Warner refuses to speak the truth about how one of our whistleblowers came forward and approached his office numerous times about what had actually occurred, how he wouldn't go along with this fake intelligence manufactured report, was sidelined because of it. And guess what? Senator Warner's office wouldn't even give the whistleblower an email address to send his evidence of this, the treasonous conspiracy that we have now released to the American people.
But here's the reality. The cracks are undeniable. Megyn shows how the media built the force field. Tulsi shows what actually happened once that force field was in place. Side by side, devastating. Obama's brand was flawless speeches and inspirational vibes, but behind the curtain, expanded surveillance, whistleblowers crushed, wars rebranded, unity promised, but divisions deepened. The guy didn't kill cynicism, he industrialized it. By the end of their takedown, Obama's legacy doesn't look like a timeless statue. It looks like really slick marketing that fell apart under scrutiny. His speeches still give you chills, sure, but his record? That makes you shiver for a whole different reason. It's like finding out your favorite magician wasn't sawing the woman in half. He was just sawing the truth, and hoping nobody noticed.